If you're thinking about moving to Tampa, Florida, one of the biggest questions you probably have is how much does it actually cost to live here? In this video, I'm breaking down everything you need to know about the cost of living in Tampa, from housing and utilities to groceries, transportation, and more, so you can decide if this area is the right fit for you. Tampa has become one of the fastest growing cities in the country, and for good reason. You've got warm weather, no state income tax, and a strong job market. But here's the reality. While Tampa is still more affordable than places like Miami, New York, or California, the cost of living has definitely gone up over the past few years. Overall, Tampa sits just slightly below the national average, but depending on your lifestyle, it can feel more expensive than you might expect. Let's start with the biggest expense for most people, housing. Right now, the median home price in the Tampa area is sitting somewhere between $450,000 to $480,000. If you're renting, you're typically looking at anywhere from $1,700 to $1,900 per month, and that number can jump quickly if you're closer to downtown, near the water, or in a newer community. Now here's something a lot of people don't factor in: Florida insurance. Between homeowners insurance and property taxes, your monthly payment can be significantly higher than just your mortgage alone. That's something I always make sure my clients fully understand before buying here. On paper, Florida actually has relatively moderate property taxes compared to other states. In the Tampa area, you're typically looking at around 1.1% to 1.3% of your home's assessed value annually. So for example, if you buy a $450,000 home, your property taxes could land somewhere between $5,000 and $6,000 per year, which breaks down to roughly $400 to $500 per month added to your mortgage payment. But here's where it gets really important. Your property taxes are not just based on the purchase price, they're based on the assessed value, and that can change over time. If you're buying a home from someone who's owned it for years, their taxes may be much lower due to caps and exemptions. Once you buy that home, the property gets reassessed and your taxes can jump significantly. That's something a lot of buyers don't expect when they first move here. Now let's talk about one of the biggest cost factors in Florida right now: home insurance. This is where Tampa can get expensive, and it's something you absolutely need to plan for. Because of hurricanes and storm risk, insurance premiums in Florida are much higher than the national average. For a typical single-family home in Tampa, you're usually looking at anywhere from $2,500 to $5,500 per year, and in some cases even higher depending on the age of the home, roof condition, and proximity to the water. For example, if the home has an older roof or is located in a flood-prone area, your insurance costs can spike significantly. And if you're in a flood zone, you may also be required to carry flood insurance, which is a separate policy that can add another $500 to $2,000 and up per year on top of your standard homeowner's insurance. So when you combine homeowner's insurance and flood insurance, some buyers are paying $300 to $600 or more per month, just in insurance alone. The good news is there are ways to reduce these costs. Things like a newer roof, hurricane impact windows, living outside of a flood zone, and filing for your homestead tax exemption can all help bring your expenses down. But the bottom line is this: if you're moving to Tampa, you need to budget properly for taxes and insurance, because those are two of the biggest hidden costs that catch people off guard. Next up, let's talk about utilities, and this is where Tampa can surprise a lot of people. Because of the heat and humidity, you're going to be running your AC almost year-round. That means your electric bill can easily land between $200 and $240 per month, and sometimes even higher in the summer. When you add in internet, phone service, and other utilities, most households are spending anywhere from $200 to over $400 per month. If you're coming from a cooler climate, this is one area where you're definitely going to notice a difference. Making a move to the Tampa Bay area, or do you have orders to MacDill Air Force Base? I would love to help you relocate and start the next chapter in your life. Please contact me by using the link in the pinned comment below. Simply scroll down to the comment section and find the very first post. It's pinned right at the top for you. Click that link and let's get started. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. Now let's get into transportation. Tampa is a very car-dependent city, We do have some public transportation, but realistically, most people are driving everywhere. Gas prices typically range from about $3 to $3.50 per gallon. And when you factor in car insurance, which is higher in Florida, plus toll roads and maintenance, transportation can run you anywhere from $350 to $800 per month, depending on your commute. So if you're planning to move here, just know that having a reliable vehicle is pretty much a must. Let's talk about groceries and food, because this is another category that has been rising. On average, groceries in Tampa are slightly higher than the national average. Most households are spending anywhere from $700 to $1,400 per month, depending on family size and eating habits. And if you enjoy eating out, Tampa has a great food scene, but those costs can add up quickly, especially in popular areas like downtown or near the water. While Tampa isn't the most expensive place in the country for groceries, prices have definitely increased, and they can feel high depending on where you're moving from. On average, most people are spending anywhere from $700 to over $1,400 per month on groceries, but that number can climb quickly if you're shopping at premium stores like Publix or buying a lot of convenience items. One thing to keep in mind is that Florida doesn't produce as much locally as some other states, so a lot of food is shipped in, which can drive prices up. The good news is you can control this category more than most. Shopping at places like Walmart, Aldi, or Costco, buying in bulk, and planning meals can make a big difference. Now here's one area where Tampa actually gives you a bit of a break: healthcare. Healthcare costs here tend to be slightly lower than the national average, which is a plus for families and retirees. Doctor visits, dental care, and prescriptions are generally more affordable compared to many other major cities, which can help balance out some of the higher costs in other areas. One of the biggest financial advantages of living in Tampa, and honestly one of the main reasons people move here, is taxes. Florida has no state income tax, which means more money stays in your pocket. That's a huge benefit, especially if you're relocating from a high tax state. Now you do have sales tax at about 7.5%, and property taxes are around 1.2%, but overall the tax structure here is still very favorable compared to a lot of other states. So what does all of this look like when you put it together? So on average, a single person in Tampa is spending around $3,400 per month to live comfortably. For a family, that number is closer to $5,700 or more, depending on your lifestyle. To live comfortably here, you're typically looking at an income somewhere between $60,000 to $80,000 for an individual, and higher for families. At the end of the day, Tampa offers a really strong balance when it comes to cost of living. You're getting a growing city, great weather, and no state income tax, but you do need to be prepared for higher housing costs, rising insurance rates, and those utility bills in the summer. If you plan it right and understand the numbers going in, Tampa can still be a great place to live and build long-term wealth. If you're thinking about moving to Tampa or anywhere in the Tampa Bay area, I help people just like you every single day make that move. So if you have questions about specific areas, home prices, or what your monthly payment would look like, feel free to reach out. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.